Some of you may know I came from a really small town in China, near North Korea, where the average monthly salary is about 300 USD. But after spending years in the corporate world, I've managed to earn my first million by the age of 31. Today, I want to share 3 lessons on how I managed to achieve it. It's not to brag, because I know there are people out there doing way bigger things way younger. But if my story can be helpful or relatable to any of you, let's get started. If you're new here, my name is Charlene. I'm a chartered financial analyst with 10 years working experience in finance and investing in both Asia and Europe. I make videos on investing for beginners, personal finance, and self-development. Subscribe for more videos like this. Most of us think equal work, equal pay. If you work hard, you should get paid fairly, right? But honestly, that's not how it works. Take me, for instance. I've lived in 4 totally different places. A small town in China called Cong, where I was born, then Beijing, then Hong Kong, then here now, Zurich, Switzerland. Let's talk about a job as an accountant with 5 to 8 years of working experience. By the way, everything now I share today is in USD terms to make it easier. In Cong, accountant with 5 to 8 years of experience, they might make 5,000 USD a year. In Beijing, probably 20,000. In Hong Kong, 50,000. And in Zurich, very likely 100,000. They're doing basically similar work with similar skill sets and similar experience. It's really unfair, isn't it? And this doesn't just happen in different places, but in different industries too. I was talking with some architect friends last week, construction architect, not tech architect. They were complaining about their pay and they said, oh, I wish I studied finance or computer science in school instead. It's true. Some fields like tech, finance, law, dentist, they tend to pay more, while others like architecture or journalism, which I studied in school, they tend to pay less. I'm not saying everyone should just chase after the highest paying job in the biggest city. Your passion and what you are really good at, they matter a lot. Also, the difference, the impact that you wanted to make in this world, it matters a lot. But if making money is one of your main goals in the future or now, it's clear that not all jobs or places pay the same. A friend from Zurich yesterday, he joked with me saying that just get any job here in Zurich and after college, stick with it for 10 years, you will make your first million. Charlene, you don't need to make a video on that. It's so obvious. Yes, I know, but not everyone gets to start in a high-paying city with a high-paying job. From my own experience, I've seen how much where you work and what you do can impact your earnings. I studied journalism, literature in college, and then started my career as a journalist. If I hadn't switched careers to finance and cities to Hong Kong and now Switzerland, hitting that 1 million USD mark would have been very unlikely, I'd say. Sure, living in a city that with high salary, it often means high living costs too. We'll save that chat for another time. The second big thing I pick up is the importance of starting to invest early and never stop learning about it. Investing isn't just about the latest crypto craze or trying to do day trading. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I made a rule for myself whether I was earning, I started very, very early, whether I was earning my first salary of 30,000 USD in 2015 or my more recent one at 180K USD last year, I will put away 20% into my investment account every single month. The moment my paycheck hits, boom, 20% of it goes straight to that investment account. You might have heard of the S&P 500 or MSCI World and thought, okay, 6 or 7% a year, that's not mind-blowing. But here's where the magic of compound interest kicks in. If you put 100K into an investment account with a 7% return each year, you'll be looking at about 200,000 after 10 years. That's doubling your money. And if you wait 20 years, that could turn into 400,000. That's 4 times your original investment. Warren Buffett says his life is the product of compound interest. Honestly, it's a game changer for anyone. Everyone's life is the product of compound interest in my view. Start with whatever you can, keep building on it. Learn as you go and be patient. I think being patient is easier said than done, I know, but train yourself on it. Time will do the heavy lifting. If you break down how I reached my first million income, investment income was a huge part of it. Save early, invest early, and be consistent. If you're new to investing and don't know where to start, actually I got you a whole playlist called Investing for Beginners. You'll find everything from what you know before you start, a step-by-step guide for beginners, to deep dives into stocks, ETFs, and mutual funds. I'll link it here and also in the description area, so make sure to check it out later. Another key takeaway from my journey to hitting that first million is the power of mixing hard skills and soft skills. We're all different, each with our own strength, right? Maybe you are a top-notch programmer at Google, you probably earn 300,000 a year already, or a killer salesperson earning those big commissions. But from what I've seen, the people who really rake it in, especially in the corporate world, are those people who master both great communication and people skills combined with technical know-how like coding or finance. I've picked it up on this back in 2014 during my master's study in Hong Kong. I studied journalism in Hong Kong University. Back then, my professor, Ying Chen, a very amazing journalist, make it clear. I still remember what she said. She said being passionate and a good communicator isn't good enough for a journalist. She said if you are, for example, if you are covering politics, you need to know your stuff almost like a politician. If you cover banking, you need a solid finance foundation. That really hit home for me when I was a 21-year-old. And this got me self-studying for the CFA, the Chartered Financial Analyst program. Back then, I really aimed to be a finance journalist, respected by bankers and the industry insiders, not someone just asking basic surface level questions at a press conference, for example. So if you're just starting out your career, take a look at where you might be lacking and work on it, either soft skills or hard skills. And hey, if you got a good mix of skills and think you deserve a better paycheck, but you're not so sure how to bring it up, I've got 2 videos on negotiating a higher salary, complete with scripts you might find useful. Links are all in the description area. As we wrap this up, I just got a few more thoughts to share. This video has been all about my journey to hitting that first million, but it's key to remember work isn't just about paying bills or living a fancier life. Finding joy, or at least not feeling miserable at your job, is crucial. I really hope you all can land not just high-paying jobs, but ones that truly fulfills you. And some of you might know I quit my corporate job last year after about a decade in the corporate world. I will be sharing in some of my upcoming videos about why I left corporate after 10 years and how it is going, being on my own, the good, the bad, and the ugly parts of being an entrepreneur. And if you're curious about how I hit some early career milestones in my mid-20s and how I managed to join JP Morgan from a journalist, I've got a couple of videos ready for you here as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the screen. I will see you in the next video.